Coming up here on Sports Talk, did the Angels make the right choice by keeping Shohei Ohtani? Plus, I did attend a Seattle Mariners game last Friday night. I'll show you some sounds from the game at the Big A. All this and more coming up on Sports Talk with Ed. And hello everybody, welcome to Sports Talk with Ed. I am, of course, your host, Ed. I want to thank you all for watching on our YouTube channel, and also for those of you listening on the Podbean app. Feel free to subscribe on YouTube and on Podbean. We're also on our Instagram. You can follow us there, Sports Talk with Ed on Instagram. And we have a lot to talk about on today's show. This is the Angels portion of the show. We're going to talk about the Angels, and then I will give you a hearing experience is what it's like to be at a live stadium game in Anaheim. But first, let's go to the top story. With the trade deadline passing, Shohei Ohtani stayed with the Angels. Owner Artie Moreno came out and said that he did not want to trade him because the Angels were in contention for a playoff spot. Since last week, the Angels have dropped 7 games out of their last 8. Right now, they are currently in 7th place in the wild card standing, 6.5 games behind the Toronto Blue Jays, who beat the Angels 2 out of 3 in their last series. So, did the Angels make a right decision to keep Shohei Ohtani? My answer is definitely yes. When you're going for a playoff hunt, you got to have all the puzzles in piece. We know Mike Trout is missing, and we expect him to be back at some point, but keeping Shohei Ohtani was a great decision, because had the Angels traded him, we would have a different conversation, maybe a couple months from now, saying, what if, what could have been, and what could have happened. But the Angels have to get it going. Time is running out. It's about 50 games or so left in the season, and every win counts because these elite teams are winning. The Blue Jays hold the wild card. The Rays are the leaders, and the rivals Houston Astros hold the second one. So those are teams that the Angels have struggled this year, especially with the Houston Astros. Ever since Houston came to the AL West in 2017, they have owned the Angels since, and they've won 2 world titles on the American League side. So it's very important that the Angels make a run to try to get in, but they have to win all out, and Toronto will either have to go on a streak, or one of those 3 teams have to struggle in order for the Halos to gain ground. But they have to keep winning, and so far they haven't done that so far in the past 2 weeks. I mean, you look at Shohei Ohtani's stats, and you wonder, how is it that the Angels have a sub-500 record with him as one of your best pitchers? He's 10 wins, 5 losses. His ERA is 3.17, 165 strikeouts, only 54 walks. I mean, where can you find dominance like that? And he's hit over 40 home runs this season. He leads the league in home runs. So how is it that a player like him is so good, yet your team is not winning? We look over the last few weeks, he struggled a bit in the batting. He's gotten a couple home runs, but there's games that he doesn't play well. When he doesn't play well, the Angels struggle. And for what I've seen in the past 2 weeks, the Angels have always played hard from behind. They're not one of those teams that are used to winning and holding on to the lead. They've always played from behind. And they've got a 2-game win streak, but they have to win more, in my opinion, if they're going to make a playoff run. This, of course, could be the end of the Shohei Ohtani era and the Angels organization. We don't know if he's going to come back. If somehow they make the playoffs, then you can give him another contract. Mike Trout will come back. Get him some more batters. Another thing is the pitching. The pitching has struggled so much that these deficits happened in the beginning. Let me tell you what happened on Friday when I went last Friday. The Angels struggled. They were down 5-0 or 3-0. Excuse me. And they had to tie it up twice for them to lose it all in the end. It's not something you want to do every day in a 162 game season. You want to be consistent. You want to play, and you want to win, and you want to win good. You can't win from behind. You cannot just fall behind almost every matchup. And we've seen that with the Mariners. They fall behind. They They get back in it, but they just couldn't get past that mark. On Friday, Shohei Ohtani, he struggled in that game. Came up to the bottom of the line. He struck out. When he goes down, it's like the morale goes down. So it's very, very difficult right now for the Angels. They have to win out and hope that those three teams lose in the standings. This past Friday, I went to Angels Stadium to see the Angels play the Mariners on a Friday night. I actually went with a great group that I met recently online. They're called the OC Singles Group 30s and 40s. They have a Facebook page. For more information, you can log into Facebook and look up the OC Singles 30s and 40s Club. Now, I had a chance to ask people what they thought about the Angels' status. Take a listen.
All right, sports fans, I am here at Angels Stadium in Anaheim. Big matchup in the AL West with the Angels and the Mariners. Big turnout expected here tonight as the Angels and the Mariners are battling for the wild card. Currently, the Angels are 5 games back of the third wild card, Toronto. Seattle is just a couple games back of the wild card. So this is a big matchup. Let's see how things go. All right, we're in section 239. So I'm walking down here in the railway. A lot of fans here. As I said before, this is a big matchup in the American League West. The playoffs are on the line. We're a couple days past the trade deadline, and the decision was to keep Shohei Ohtani an Angel. We will have to wait and see if it'll be enough. It's still uncertain. As we get set for game time, there's going to be a big, energetic game here. Big matchup as they get ready to do the national anthem. Okay, I have now reached my seat, and right now they're getting ready to announce the starting lineup for the Halos. And I'm the only one here in my group, but these are good seats, actually. I'm hoping to catch a home run here. If Ohtani hits it, I'm going for it. I will sell it and maybe make money off it. Who knows? But it's got a lot of Halo fans here. I do see some Mariner fans. And I see some Ohtani jerseys from the All-Star game. But we're hoping for a great night. I'm looking forward to it myself. It's supposed to be a little cooler. I got the damn sun in my face, but I can't complain. These are great seats. Hoping for a home run here, folks. I hope I don't break promises on that.
This past Friday, I went to Angels Stadium to see the Angels play the Mariners on a Friday night. I actually went with a great group that I met recently online. They're called the OC Singles Group 30s and 40s. They have a Facebook page. For more information, you can log into Facebook and look up the OC Singles 30s and 40s Club. Now, I had a chance to ask people what they thought about the Angels' status. Take a listen.
All right, sports fans, I am here at Angels Stadium in Anaheim. Big matchup in the AL West with the Angels and the Mariners. Big turnout expected here tonight as the Angels and the Mariners are battling for the wild card. Currently, the Angels are 5 games back of the third wild card, Toronto. Seattle is just a couple games back of the wild card. So this is a big matchup. Let's see how things go. All right, we're in section 239. So I'm walking down here in the railway. A lot of fans here. As I said before, this is a big matchup in the American League West. The playoffs are on the line. We're a couple days past the trade deadline, and the decision was to keep Shohei Ohtani an Angel. We will have to wait and see if it'll be enough. It's still uncertain. As we get set for game time, there's going to be a big, energetic game here. Big matchup as they get ready to do the national anthem. Okay, I have now reached my seat, and right now they're getting ready to announce the starting lineup for the Halos. And I'm the only one here in my group, but these are good seats, actually. I'm hoping to catch a home run here. And if Ohtani hits it, I'm going for it. I will sell it and maybe make money off it. Who knows? But it's got a lot of Halo fans here. I do see some Mariner fans. And I see some Ohtani jerseys from the All-Star game. But we're all being in for a great night. I'm looking forward to it myself. It's supposed to be a little cooler. I got the damn sun in my face, but I can't complain. These are great seats. Hoping for a home run here, folks. I hope I don't break promises on that.
What are you gonna ask?
What, do you think the Angels were right of not trading Shohei Ohtani?
Yeah, they were right to keep him.
So what do you expect as the second half of the season goes? Tough losses, 5 games back. You know, what do you think the Angels need to do to get back in it?
They just need to pick up a hot streak and just ride it in and win key games like this series right now against the Mariners.
You think Mike Trout will come back at some point?
If there's a chance for the playoffs, yeah, absolutely.
One more question. If they do make the playoffs, what do you do about Shohei Ohtani's future? What do you do to try to get him to come back next year?
I don't think it's going to take much. I think he's going to remain here.
CJ Crow is pitching tonight for the Angels. He is one of the main players that the Angels acquired at the trade deadline. It's 3 balls and a strike here in the first inning, and he's going to throw the pitch, and that's foul. So he's got the full count right here, 3-2. That was a 90-mile-per-hour ball, and he's getting ready to pitch. Foul again. I think this is going to be a long at-bat. I'm just hoping to have a ball hit over here, but it's hopefully one of our guys. I don't want a Mariner. If it's a Mariner, I'm throwing it back. So the first batter walked, and now they have 1 man on. The count is 2-2. And finally, the sun is starting to come down for a little bit. That's good for me. This is my face don't look like a red hot chili pepper. And that was a strike. I think it was a strike. No, he hit it. Foul. We still got fans coming in, and I think it's fireworks night too. I think they do fireworks every Friday night. Look at that. I'm still hoping the Angels will win tonight so they can get a game on Toronto. And that last pitch is a ball, so now the count again is 3-2. And that was last week in Detroit. Shohei Ohtani was named the American League Player of the Week. And this was around the week that everybody thought that he was going to get traded from the Angels. But Artie Moreno decided not to trade him because at the time the team was in playoff contention. Right now it's 4-1. Seattle, the Angels got a home run. And now, again, just like the other night, they have to play from behind. One of the issues with the Angels so far in the second half of the season was that they have been playing from behind. There's been some games where they played ahead, but they've mostly been playing from behind. That's something that has to change if the Angels want to make the playoffs. Well, CJ Crow just gave up another home run. The first inning, he gave up a 3-run home run, and he's giving up 2, and right now the score is 5-1. It is not looking good for the Angels. If you're coming into the stadium, you may want to take a second guess at it because this is going to get ugly. Sir, tell me your thoughts on the game.
It stinks. Oh, yeah. First game of the season, and we're already down 5-1.
Is it feeling disappointed because it's your first time here?
I guess.
Hey, what do you think they'll come back later on?
Hopefully.
It's still early. I mean, you got about 8 innings.
Yeah.
All these desserts are looking yummy, too.
6 innings.
6 innings. Well, I'm having a blast here in Anaheim in the Angels. And this was going to deep right field. Doesn't have enough, and it is gone! A home run! A home run! And the Angels are back in it. And that's a 2-run home run. How about that, folks? The Angels looked like they were going to roll over and die, but they got back in it with that 2-run home run. And it looks like the score is 5-4 Seattle. Unbelievable. So the Mariners hit a 2-run home run, and it was caught by a fan, but the minute that fan caught the ball, they started chanting the throw it back, meaning throw the ball back because it was hit by a Mariner. So they threw it back, and I guess the usher found out who it was, and they were escorted out, so now they're told to leave. I hope they don't look up here because I guess somebody was incinerating that up here. Don't look at me though. Incredible. Another home run by the Angels. And for the second time tonight, we are tied at 7 here in the bottom of the 5th. So you know how the Angels is called Los Angeles Angels? Should they change the name back to Anaheim?
Yes, they should.
Why?
Because it's Anaheim Angels.
And you don't like Los Angeles Angels?
No.
What do you want?
It's the Los Angeles Dodgers.
What do you want to tell Artie Moreno right now?
Tell what?
What do you want to tell the owner, Artie Moreno? Change the name back?
To change the name back.
All right. Hey. I know they were called Los Angeles Angels. Would you want the name to be changed back to Anaheim?
California.
Why?
Because that's what I grew up with.
California Angels?
Yeah.
Back in the day? Hey, we're called Los Angeles Angels. Would you want it to change the name back to Anaheim?
100%.
What?
100%.
Why do you think you should go back to Anaheim?
Because Los Angeles is a curse.
What do you want to tell Artie Moreno about that?
Say that again?
What do you want to tell the owner, Artie Moreno? Change the name?
Get out of town.
So the Angels lose a heartbreaker 9-7 here tonight at the Big A. It was a lot of explosive home runs, especially for the Halos. They were down in this game twice and they tied it twice, but in the end, Seattle was just strong and the bullpen, once again, did not step up to the plate, and the Angels will take another hit in the wild card standings. Shohei Ohtani was up in the bottom of the 9th, but he struck out, and once he struck out, it was just pretty much the breath left the air. So again, the Angels lose 9-7, and a pretty eventful night here at the Big A, which I must admit it was pretty wild here. So overall, I had fun, and they'll just have to get back to it tomorrow. Game 3 of this series is tomorrow here at the Big A. Well, the Angels ended up getting swept that weekend by the Mariners in close matchups, and they have been 2-9 since the August 1st deadline, meaning they lost their last 9 of the last 11. So we'll just have to wait and see if this move paid off, but unfortunately so far it's shown that it has not paid off, and the Halos are in big trouble. As I've been told, tonight they lost in Houston 11-3. Stay tuned, back for more right after this. Well, before we go, we want to give a big shout out to the OC Singles 30s and 40s group. Thank you so much for allowing me to attend this event, and a big special thanks to Tamara Michelle Chine for organizing this entire evening. Thank you for letting me come, and thank you for participating in the interviews. I'd like to thank everyone that was involved in this programming at Angel Stadium, and thank you to the group as well again. For next week's show, we will talk about the NFL preseason. It's underway. We'll also start talking about fantasy football for you fantasy football lovers who want to have a great season. My name is Ed. Thank you for listening to Sports Talk. We will see you next time.